In a world that often rewards noise over depth, there's something quietly powerful about a woman who carries herself with intelligence and class. She doesn't need to announce it, you feel it. It's in how she speaks, how she thinks, how she moves through life with purpose. Let's talk about 7 habits that instantly reveal a brilliant and classy woman, the kind of woman who stands out not for what she shows off, but for what she embodies. 1. She knows herself deeply. Self-awareness is her superpower. She understands her strengths without boasting. She accepts her weaknesses without shame. She's not afraid to ask herself the hard questions, to confront her past choices, or to explore her emotions with honesty. This type of woman doesn't just go through life, she reflects, adjusts, and evolves. She doesn't pretend to be perfect, but she strives to be better than yesterday. And that's the difference. She knows what triggers her, what fuels her, and what drains her. And more importantly, she uses this knowledge to move through life with intention. 2. She thinks critically and independently. Being intelligent isn't just about knowing facts, it's about knowing how to think. A classy woman doesn't follow the crowd. She questions things, thinks deeply, and doesn't accept something just because it's popular. She analyzes. She explores. She pauses to consider different perspectives. Even when it's uncomfortable, she welcomes complexity. Because she knows that real understanding doesn't come from surface-level thinking, it comes from wrestling with ideas and asking the right questions. She's not swayed by fads or approval. She chooses truth over trend, integrity over convenience. 3. She is emotionally mature. Emotional control doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, it means mastering them. This woman doesn't lash out. She doesn't panic over silence or misread a delay as rejection. She feels deeply, but she pauses, reflects, and responds with intention. She doesn't let temporary emotions damage permanent relationships. And she certainly doesn't make someone else responsible for her happiness. She understands her emotions without letting them rule her. She can face disappointment, anger, or sadness, and still choose grace. She listens before reacting. She responds without creating unnecessary drama. That balance. That's emotional intelligence at its highest level. 4. She communicates with intention. A classy woman knows the power of her words. She speaks clearly and with meaning, not to impress, but to connect. She doesn't dominate conversations. She listens. She asks. She gives space for others to speak. And she's just as fluent in body language. She knows how a look, a pause, a gesture can communicate what words sometimes cannot. She chooses timing carefully. She knows when to speak and when silence carries more weight. Whether in conflict or conversation, her words build, not break. Her communication style creates trust, not tension. 5. She pursues growth always. One of the most unmistakable signs of a brilliant woman. She never stops growing. She reads. She reflects. She's curious. Whether it's through books, life experience, or meaningful conversations, she is constantly evolving. She's not satisfied with being smart enough or good enough. She knows there is always room to level up, not to impress others, but to stay true to her potential. She sets personal goals. She learns from failures. She embraces change instead of resisting it. Because growth isn't a one-time project, it's a lifelong mindset. 6. She has strong values and boundaries. This kind of woman doesn't go with the flow just to keep the peace. She knows what she stands for, and she stands on it, even when it's not easy. She's not swayed by popularity or pressure. Her integrity shows up in her decisions, in how she treats people, and in what she refuses to tolerate. And let's talk boundaries. She sets them without apology. She doesn't entertain disrespect, inconsistency, or manipulation. Not because she's cold, but because she respects herself too much to accept anything less than what she gives. She knows that love without respect is not love. And attention without effort is not affection. 7. She embraces adaptability with grace. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and she knows that. What sets her apart is how she adapts. She adjusts her strategies without losing her values. She shifts her focus without abandoning her dreams. She lets go of what doesn't serve her without bitterness. She doesn't resist change, she grows through it. Whether it's in her relationships, career, or mindset, she remains fluid but firm. She's not afraid to change her opinion when new information comes in. She's not stuck in her ways, and that's a true sign of emotional intelligence. She doesn't let circumstances define her, she defines how she moves through them. Bonus sign: she radiates quiet confidence. A brilliant and classy woman doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. Her presence speaks for itself. She doesn't chase validation. She doesn't beg for attention. She shows up as herself, unapologetically. You can feel her confidence in the way she walks, in how she holds eye contact, in how she carries a conversation with calm assurance. She doesn't overcompensate. She doesn't pretend. She's not performative, she's real. And that's magnetic. Her confidence isn't rooted in perfection. It's rooted in self-trust. And that's why it's unshakable. In summary, a brilliant and classy woman is not defined by how she looks or how loud she speaks, but by how she lives. She knows herself. She thinks deeply. She feels with balance. She speaks with clarity. She grows with purpose. She holds her ground. And she flows with life, not against it. She doesn't just exist, she elevates. Her presence makes others think, grow, and rise. So if you recognize yourself in this video, keep going. If you're on the journey to become this woman, keep growing. Because the world needs more women who lead with wisdom, grace, and substance. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Which of these traits do you value the most in yourself or others? And don't forget, you are becoming. One decision, one boundary, one choice at a time.